Look at this view, guys. We're still in Białystok. The clouds are seeping in. The trees are sticking out. They're changing colors. It's nice and breezy out. Quiet. This is the nice part when you can actually enjoy life and do whatever you want to do. Do you want to be in Bosnia? Do you want to be in America? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to stay somewhere for a month? Do you want to extend it for a month? Whatever you want to do, you can do it. And that's if you set your life up correctly. So in this video, I want to break down how my business allows me to do whatever I want in life and how I'm able to travel and stay in Bosnia for a month and then also move to Bosnia. And the reason I want to create this video is because for me, ultimately, what I was always chasing for was freedom, and not just like financial freedom, but location freedom. Because you can have financial freedom, you can make 50K a month, just like net, and you can still be forced to stay somewhere because of your business or your job or whatever it is, or maybe life that requires you to stay within a city. And the thing is, like, there's so much more in life that I personally want to adventure and do and see, where I didn't want to have any restrictions. So being in America, it was nice, but there's also different stages in life. And for me right now, my stage that I want to fulfill is being in a country that I just, it's created for life. Like, it's created for people who enjoy life. And the reason I say this is because in order to have this kind of lifestyle in America, you really need to make at least $1 to $2 a year, where you have a condo on a mountain, you have a condo in a city, you have maybe a house somewhere. The thing is, like, people think that there's no money in Bosnia, but they're living better than most people live in America. And I'm not really sure what everyone does here to have money, and that's not the point of this video. I want to share how I structured my business and my life to be able to move to Bosnia, not worry about the finances. So whoever doesn't know, I run an online marketing business, and we focus on paid ads, in particular lead gen paid ads. So think about companies like roofing companies, insurance companies, all these companies that require a lead in order to generate revenue. So most of these companies, either they get people calling in or they fill out their information on a website or like on a form, and they have a call center where that call center calls these leads and they end up closing them and converting them into a client. My company focuses on feeding the sales team in every single company by producing high quality leads. The way we do that is through Meta, which is Facebook and IG, Google, any platform that allows us to run ads, we offer that as a service. Now, the reason people are willing to pay us 5K, 10K, 20K a month is because we make them a lot more money. And the thing is, like, people decide to open up agencies, but they open up a social media agency or a content agency. The thing is, like, is there a necessity for this? There is, but they don't need to have it. Like, with social media, yeah, I want to grow my brand. I want to make sure that I'll look credible on social. But if budget gets tight, I'm cutting out the social media expense because it doesn't directly yield a ROI. I'm speaking this like even from my experience, but this is the way that our clients think as well. And some other services that people offer is like the content. So content is important for ads and obviously like website stuff and social media, but it doesn't directly impact their ROI. The only thing that truly impacts their ROI is like SEO and lead gen. So either you're running SEO for companies or you're doing lead gen for companies. We can tell them exactly, hey, we spent this much on the ads, this is how much you generated. So I know that maybe our fee is maybe out of your budget right now, but if you cut this service, you would lose the additional 100K, 200K that you're making. So I just want to break down the value that we provide and the value that you could provide if you offer this service. And if you provide enough value, the bigger the value, the more money they pay you. And the more money they pay you, the more flexibility you have in life. Because at the end of the day, you do need money to be able to do anything. And a lot of agency models are cash cows. So there's two things you can do with the agency model if you want to move to like Bosnia. You can really hustle up and make a lot of money for 5 to 10 years. Save a lot of that money because it is a cash cow. Like, your expenses are very slim. Your profit margin is roughly 70 to 80%. up to like 50K a month in revenue. And if you can just generate all that cash, so say you take home and you save additional 30K a month, and in a year you save 360K a month. In 10 years, you have 3.6 million in your bank account. And a lot of people think that's like unachievable, but it is achievable. And you can decide now, like, okay, like if you want to keep on running it, you can keep on running it remotely. If you have a team that's like also like doing a lot of the work for you, you can work from anywhere as long as you have your laptop, as long as you structured it where you're not physically tied to your clients. And a lot of people do this initially when they start like an agency. They're just hitting up their friends and like their local market, like they're networking, and they get clients that way, which is good and it's important at the beginning, but you need to find ways to scale without you physically being present. Because if you need to physically be present to get new clients, you won't be able to move anywhere. And the way you do that is by creating systems where you get inbound leads through your own ads and through your own SEO. And maybe you have a call center, or maybe you have like a outreach team that's maybe DMing potential clients. And these people can be anywhere. And when you have a system like that where you can generate clients all around the world, or even just in the US through these methods, then you don't need to be there. Now, does it help when I'm in a certain location, like in Tampa? It does. Like, obviously, if I'm grabbing coffee or cigars and I bump into someone, I'm like, yeah, I love what you're doing. Let's connect. Let's maybe partner up. Like, that's the stuff that will hinder your growth. But you need to be realistic. Like, you need to know how much money do you need to make to live the lifestyle that you want. And after you figure out that number, just try to make double that. That way, even if you do take a hit, you can still sustain the lifestyle that you want. So the reason I share that is because I haven't officially moved to Bosnia yet. Like that's my 1 year plan. So I don't know the true effect of that it will kind of take on my business. So I can't really share that side. That's why I'm like, worst case scenario, do I have enough money saved where I don't need to worry about like it affected me negatively? So imagine where I didn't have any money saved and I was depending on the revenue from the agency. What if it all goes to shit, right? And then I have to move back and figure out how to make money or find a job in Bosnia, which is very hard. You can find a job, but like they won't pay you like 5K or 10K. So this is why like I truly recommend always having like money saved. And you need to calculate like how much do you want to spend a month in Bosnia and how much more do you have to live. And do you think there's anything that you can do to add some additional revenue? Like, can you do some side projects? Can you maybe take on some smaller clients, maybe in Bosnia or wherever you're looking to move, where you can supplement some of that income? Because I personally needed to like calculate the inflation rate as well. So I was like, okay, if I plan on spending 5K a month with a 3% inflation rate over the next 40 years, how much money do I need to have saved? And that's the number. But you can also like, and I use ChatGPT for all this because it's really good for giving it a scenario and it gives you like the exact like answer. But you can say, okay, if I plan on spending 5K a month and that's how much I need, but I'll find a way to add additional 3K a month, how much money do I need to have saved in order to move to Bosnia and live for the rest of my life for another 50 years or 60 years, however long you think you're going to live? And it'll spit out the number. And it all comes down to just knowing how much money you need and what you can do to make that money. Because 3K a month, like it's not that hard. I know a lot of people, like whenever I say like changing your life and making 10K a month is like not that hard, people are like, what do you mean it's not that hard? Like that's a life dream for a lot of people. Like it is hard. It's not when you think about how simple it is to get to 10K a month. The reason I say it's simple is because it's simple math. If you charge 2K a month for your services, if it's paid ads or SEO, you need 5 clients. You can find 5 clients. Like even if you hit up your friends and you work your personal connects and maybe do some organic outreach and networking, you can find 5 clients that are willing to pay you 2K. The reason I know that is because they're willing to pay us 10K and 20K a month. So when you break down the simple math of, okay, let me learn the skill, let me figure out how much I can charge, let me see what the market is willing to pay me for my skill, and then divide that by your goal. So if your goal is 10K a month and the market's willing to pay you 2K a month, you know you need 5 clients. And after you get 5 clients, you start getting some case studies, and then you can get more clients, and then maybe find like a niche and a vertical where, people know about you now in that space, like insurance is for us. And then people literally just come knock on your door and they're like, hey, take my money because I see what you can do and I need your help. And the reason I'm sharing all this is because like this is the type of system and this is the type of path that I took and that you need to take if you want to move out of America or just have financial freedom or location freedom or whatever it is. Because without running an online business, it's going to be very, very hard to be able to move. Because even if you look at passive income opportunities like real estate, you still need to be in that location. I know you can hire someone to manage the property and take care of like any damages and stuff like that, but by the time you pay someone for that, you really aren't making that much money. Like, let's take some simple math. If you buy a property and you don't have enough money to cash it out, say you only have enough for a down payment, roughly 15, 20K, and you buy a property that's like 300K, your mortgage, I don't even know what it is nowadays, but let's say it's 2K. You can rent that property out maybe for 3K. So you have $1,000 there. You would need to hire someone to manage that property for you, and also you'll have like repair fees and you have to pay people to come and repair it. So you're left at 800. If you want to make 5K a month, you need roughly 6 to 7 of those properties. It's hard getting to 7 properties. I hate dealing with the headaches of real estate and like Airbnb and stuff like that because I owned it and it was just a headache for me. There was always like some issues going on. People can't check in, they can't check out, they damage something, the refrigerator isn't working, there's like a leak on the second floor. It was just a headache for me. And I had to like find someone that I could trust, and they go in there and they're like, I tried fixing it, but it didn't work. Online, like you can fix it from wherever you are. If something isn't working on a website or like ads, I can just open up my laptop and edit it right there. And that's the whole point of having the system in place that I wanted to design in my life so that I could move to Bosnia and I don't have to worry about not being able to make enough income. My goal was to make a lot more than the actual number that I need to live the lifestyle that I want in Bosnia. And even if we do take some like turbulence and maybe there's like slow seasons, slow months, slow like quarters, I can still sustain. So that's my game plan. The game plan is to move here in roughly a year. I'm already looking at different properties. I was here walking around in Bialystok and said there's like a new development area. There's literally 10 buildings and they're roughly $300 for a 2-bedroom apartment. They call them apartments here, but they're technically condos. So I'm already looking to see like, should I buy, should I rent the first year and then kind of like see how the market turns out in the next 12 months or a year. But everything's kind of rolling and I'm happy that I'm in a position where I can finally decide to live here and have a different life and a different future for just me and my family. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do, because it does help me a lot. And the comments help me a lot as well. I don't care if you guys roast me or if you support me. It just helps with the algorithm. So do leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.